Hello and good afternoon. It does not surprise me that Rishi Sunak is facing a big total red wall wipeout. Okay, this is what the newspapers are claiming. That Rishi Sunak, is due for a bashing, okay, a red wall wipeout at general election. The Tories are facing electoral oblivion in the red wall as a shock poll reveal they will lose every single seat. Okay, but I'm not interested in politics. I'm interested in biblical politics, the total difference. Okay, I'm interested in interpreting politics in light of Bible prophecy. Okay, what I find interesting was that the Tories got into power because they promised pavement paved with milk and honey. They promised that, once Brexit was delivered, we don't need God. We don't need to pray about it. Just do what we need to do, and the country will be prosperous. And what stirred them even more, what stirred them was churches, evangelicals claiming that when Britain leaves EU, God will bless this pagan nation. You can't even pray in England without being arrested. You can't even pray. You can't even believe in God and Jesus, without even being persecuted. Yet these evangelicals, I don't know their motives, but they're claiming that when they voted for Brexit, then England will prosper. I don't understand the logic. Why would God want to bless those who hate him? Why would he want to bless his enemies? But the evangelicals, maybe they know something I don't know, but they said God will bless England, and I yet to see it. These are the same evangelicals that said that Trump would serve another term. This man might go to prison. The evangelicals, they whipped him up, told him he was a man of God, he was anointed, purely because he gave them tax break. That's the reason why they sold out the church. Paula White, I'm covering like this video, Paula White, who was part of the Trump gravy train, saying that he's going to serve another term, she was speaking in tongues. She was back again, doing some slaying in the spirit. You would think to yourself, these people, they have so many failed prophecies behind them, so many, that they wouldn't be barefaced and show themselves, but they do. They got skin as tough as crocodiles. They have no shame. Jeremiah called them false prophets, but they still got King Clement. He was the most strongest prophet. Oh, I can see. With all that, in fact, I said that this guy is a false prophet, and I got attacked for it. But you know something? I turned out to be right yet again. England, they said she's gonna prosper. She's gonna prosper, have a good trade deal. If she comes out of Europe. Why? Because they said he's Bible prophecy. They weren't interested in Bible prophecy. They were interested in politics. They were interested in politics, right? That's what involved. This is what they do, like Israel, right? They are Christian Jews who actually, says that Israel, the Jews should not have a land. It's biblical. It was Rothschild that gave Jews, Palestinian land. Politics is involved, but they turn it around and pretend they're doing it for God's favor. You got to be careful how people use politics. This is how they con the church to vote Donald Trump, calling him anointed. He was God's man, and he wasn't even baptized. The guy even says he doesn't even know a verse in the Bible that he was God's man. He couldn't even quote a verse in the Bible. Yet the church would endorse the Antichrist as long as you pay them well. Put money in their pockets and they'll have you worshipping King Nebuchadnezzar. They're motivated by greed. But Rishi Sunak, even though he was a Hindu, they says, somehow the blessings of God will pour down this Hindu family, in 10 Downing Street, and, Brexit will be prosperous. England will prosper. This is what these evangelicals were saying. But really, they're nothing more than political Christians. They don't know who Jesus is. They're just moving along a political line. That's all. And hence, yet again, they got their prophecies wrong. People still follow them. That's why they're driving people to hell. And this train, they're driving them to hell. Because people, they know they're false prophets, but they still follow them. Which is why you got the likes of Troy Black, who now he speaks enigmatically, esoterically. So you can't pin him. You can't pin him. Said you said this, you said that. So to speak esoterically. Oh, this what the God said about poverty. Oh, rest in the storm. Don't worry. That's not prophecy. That's soothsaying. This is what they do. However, Rishi Sunak is facing a wipeout. And they think that when Labour, a left-wing, woke, don't even know the difference between a male and a female, they think England is gonna be better. The government serve corporation. They don't serve people. They serve corporation. Corporation run the world. There's no such thing as nationalism. It's a game that they use to play the poor against each other. When it comes down to it, corporate companies, oil companies run the world. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh or blood, or principalities, but rulers that you can't see. You don't know how they operate. It's like a game of chess. In dark places, casting down imaginations. You think that the fight you can see with your physical eyes is deeper than that. It's deeper. The government that you see, they're not in power. Corporation, invisible bodies, they run the election. But that's going too deep now. But Rishi Sunak, he's facing a wipeout. Even though there's evangelicals saying God's going to bless Britain, yet the inflation is bad. Food shortages is rotten. The shelves are still empty. They can't import food nor export it. So yet again, they've got their prophecies wrong. Yet again. And it won't stop them. They'll keep doing it. Because as long as they know that this is what people want, it's like a form of astrology. Oh, read my tarot cards. Oh, what's God going to tell me today? And they know that's big business. So they'll keep faking it until people said, something, you're false. You haven't said one thing accurate, not one thing. People walk out. But let's watch this space. Let's see what happens to England. this Antichrist nation. Let's see what happens to her. You think that by replacing her with a lawyer who doesn't even know the difference between a woman and a male, you have to ask him, what is a woman? And this guy's been to the best university, and he can't tell the difference. And these people are learned. You go to, the roughest part of the third world country, and you ask them, what's the male or female? They look at you as if you're insane. This is how backward the Western world has become. It's become demonic. It's become spiritually oppressed. That you got to cut through the fog in order to find truth. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's only a short one today.